fate, like vapor, is capable of taking many forms. It can appear as a mountain waiting to be moved by those with enough will to try it. Or it can find form in the hand of a child, innocently but violently interrupting one man's attempt to make his way up a mountain and into history. It can come out of the shadows of memory. A similar misfortune befell Jan Ullrich 2 years ago in the Pyrenees. Armstrong waited for him then. What shape will fate take this time around, now that the tables are turned?
Armstrong was last to leave the crash scene after wrestling with his chain. No longer the leader of the tour, had this mountain claimed the scalp of the four-time winner, was his reign over. Ullrich, confused but determined, was ahead. His greatest chance to win this race had presented itself. Armstrong, the man who feeds on adversity, as painful as that would be, as he slips his gears. His troubles are not yet over. Ullrich's group was growing, but where was Armstrong? Was all that interested the German rider? Tyler Hamilton reminds the group Armstrong has fallen. The code of cycling is never hit a man when he's down. They slow. It has taken more than a mile, but Armstrong is back. Now the men who have made this the most exciting race since Greg LeMond, another American, won by 8 seconds in 1989, is set to resume again. How hurt is Armstrong? How frustrated is Ullrich as his big chance to win is neutralised? There is still time for someone to hammer the nails home. And again, it is Iban Mayo who tries first, the lithe Spaniard sprinting away. Once again, it's Armstrong who follows, while Ullrich is slow to respond. Lance Armstrong needs more time over Jan Ullrich. This race is poised to be won by seconds, and the American has been involved in the hardest fight of his tour life. Waiting for Armstrong has disturbed Ullrich's rhythm. He seems unable to chase now. On this mountain, which held the promise of victory overall to either Ullrich or Armstrong, now favoured the American rider. Thrown down, he has risen to the occasion and needs every second he can take from Jan Ullrich. Further back, Alexander Vinokurov has cracked again. He's losing ground for good this time. This was the Armstrong scene from previous years, the haunted luck replaced by the killer luck. A consolation pat on the back for day-long leader, the Frenchman Sylvain Chavanel. Their names on everyone's lips, the finest tour riders of their era slowly become further apart. Ullrich knows he's losing the battle, but if he can limit his losses, he may not lose the war. Armstrong never showing the determination of previous years until now. The chance he knows has come, and it's the first time for more than 2 weeks. Tyler Hamilton also now has fallen behind, but will be remembered for his earlier conversation. While the Tour de France itself is about time, Ullrich was losing it, Armstrong was gaining it. It's a simple formula. Armstrong, in winning his first stage this year, was now a more solid leader, although far from a sure winner in Paris. Ullrich, escorted by 2 Spanish riders, was losing his best chance to lead overall. Hamilton has shown he too is a fighter. Alexander Vinokurov, his few seconds behind Armstrong at the start of the day. There were minutes now. Jan Ullrich had wanted to win too. Instead, he had lost 52 seconds.
A battle-scarred Armstrong watches the clock. Ullrich's time, perhaps, has come and gone, while the moment was seized by the Texan. The stage provided a more comfortable cushion for Armstrong over his closest rival. Tyler Hamilton crossed the line over a minute after his friend. Overall, Armstrong is now 67 precious seconds in front of the German and a fat 2:45 in front of Vinokurov.
I was lucky that the bike wasn't messed up because I got up and I thought, you know, if I have to change a bike or change a wheel, then it's going to take some time. It scared the hell out of me. And in my opinion, when somebody crashes, whether they're in the yellow jersey or whether they're one of the favorites, you don't attack.
When the yellow jersey has a problem like that, it's fair to wait, and the best man will win.
Lance wanted to settle it outright today, but I don't think he succeeded. It wasn't a 2-minute time gap he's used to gaining. It was just 40 seconds.
So Armstrong got back up to rise up once again in yellow, making his own fate out of the mist of Luzardi-Den.
That was a superb performance by Tyler Hamilton. It was really an exhibition of the courage that's required to be a true champion at the Tour de France. I can relate to that. I've been in situations like that in the past, but at the back of the main field. And it's at the back of the main field sometimes that riders prepare in anonymity to make their leaders into heroes. And Armin Catane takes a look at the men we very often don't talk about.
Hidden in the collective color and aching beauty of the countryside they cross, the sound of a single heart. Beating inside an extended family where house rules allow just 22 leaders, one for every 9-man team. The rest, domestiques, French for servants, at the service of their boss. Packing the essentials of daily life on the road. Yes, there are rare moments when they wear the yellow jersey, but even then, they never step out of place, never forget their roles. Unsung heroes they are, human pace cars, fighting against the elements, cutting through the wind. Getting their meals on wheels, without the luxury of silverware. The necessary repairs occur without pause. The only stops unforeseen. The need to endure, to serve, unbroken. Domestiques have rarely won the Tour and rarely will. They soldier on nonetheless. But when a will is broken, the road abandoned. Their private shame becomes public. Their one distinguishing mark stripped away. What keeps them going is simple physics, the energy transferred from an endless line of voices, the roiling crowds waiting after work. You think of leaders, and it's funny how rarely they are in the lead, instead protected by those bound to serve them. And you think of this body in motion, the hidden heartbeat of the Tour. Coming up, a two-man battle in the individual time trial, the final test of the Tour.